All right.
All right.
Chowdah review time. Where are we?
Well, currently we are at Papoose Pond in Waterford, Maine, our favorite campground ever.
Best place in the world.
Kevin's been coming here since he was 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
Now, we haven't been coming every year, but we've been coming quite a lot.
So what are we doing? Chowdah review.
Chowdah review, we went to Sunday River Brewery, and there were too many people around for us to do a chowdah review, so we decided to take some chowdah to go and do it back at the site.
Yeah, it would have been weird to do it there.
Yeah.
We're too loud and obnoxious.
Yeah. So we got our oyster crackers, so that's already a
ruckus.
plus, but they did not have disposable spoons or plastic spoons.
2/10 of a deduction right there.
2/10 of a deduction right there for
No
not
spoon.
having any plastic spoons available.
All right. I'm gonna pause it. We're gonna hold on. All right, here we go. Review time.
Chowdah review time. Okay, so this is a New England clam. It is very creamy.
Wait, did you put the oyster crackers in?
I just did,
So
yes.
you're just gonna go right for it. You're not gonna do it without the oyster crackers first and then add later.
No, well, I never do it that way. I always
Well, don't you have to get a sense of how it is without the oyster crackers first?
Not at all. Oh, look at the big potato.
Is that a positive?
It could be.
Do you see clams?
I see celery. I see, here's a nice big chunk of clam.
All right, should we be telling the audience that technically you should be eating clam chowder?
Okay, I didn't ever well test and when they look for food insensitivities. So it's not that I have an allergy, it's just that it can cause inflammation and make me bloated. So I've been cutting out all the bad foods that are like, that they told me I should cut out. So I can have the bad food, but I have to wait like 2 to 3 days in between having each bad food. Clams happens to be on that list. I even think that there's some lobster in here.
So is that going to affect your scoring?
No, it's not going to affect my scoring at all because I haven't eaten any bad foods. So it's been a month.
But you kind of just said this is a bad food.
No, it's considered a bad food, so I can't eat it every single day with a lot of other bad foods.
All right, well,
for my system.
we can always call a medic.
So it's just a little bloated. All right, here goes. Wow. You know, I was only going to have one bite of this because of my Everlywell test, but I don't care. I think I'm going to eat the whole thing because it is delicious. Wow.
You're going to have to get some specifics.
It's creamy. Lots of flavors just kind of popping in there. Lots of meat. I wonder if they made a mistake and gave us lobster bisque. But we asked for clam chowder.
They said the chowder of the day was clam.
Well,
We asked and they said.
I think so. It's because here's the potato. Here's a big chunk of potato. Look at that.
Yeah, but does the clam taste like clam? Let's go zoom in here. What we got going on?
Oh no, I'm thinking that there's some kind of other surprises in here that is making it very yummy. There's another big potato. But
I can see potatoes and oyster crackers.
the nice thing about the potatoes is that they're very soft. Look, what is that?
That's not clam.
That's lobster bisque.
That's lobster.
No wonder why it tastes so good.
Uh-oh.
They gave us lobster bisque. So for a clam chowder, I would rate this as like a 2.
Well,
But for a lobster bisque, it's fabulous.
are we going to disqualify them? Now, remember, I called and they said the chowder of the day was clam. And then we asked when we placed the order and they said the chowder of the day was clam. They said nothing about lobster. That's clearly lobster.
That's clearly lobster. Let me see if I can find any.
Or like the fake stuff. Lobster.
When you go through yours and you see it and taste it, you'll say,
I don't think that's clam. That's
this is
no.
not clam. Look, it's red.
Crab?
Could it be imitation crab meat? It's very good.
It was on the keep side, right? How much was it?
$8.
Oh, no, the other place was, right?
Look at the great big
$8
giant
is
piece
on
of
the cheap.
potato.
Well, yeah. You think it's good, huh? Well, it's good because it's not clam chowder. So they're kind of... I think we're going to have to disqualify them. Or we could do our first lobster chowder review.
Our first lobster bisque review?
Is it lobster bisque?
I don't know, but that could get expensive. But
what makes a bisque and not a chowder?
I don't know.
That's a whole nother
Does
category.
anybody, please comment away on what makes the difference
Well, this
between
is
a bisque and a
we're in
chowder.
a predicament here. Like, we were all prepared. We went our way. We drove all the way there to get chowder, and now it's like we don't know what to do.
Wow.
You're just going to keep chowing us. You got to give a score at least, even though it doesn't really count. It's just like
For a lobster bisque / imitation clam chowder, I'm going to give this one an 8.9.
8.9 for lobster bisque.
For whatever this soup is with my oyster
All
crackers in
right,
it,
the mystery soup.
it's damn good.
All right, now if this was still a chowder review, and we know they didn't give us a spoon, and we know it clearly doesn't have clams, are we disqualifying or just giving a very low score?
Well,
I mean, they're misleading us.
yes, but it's tasty. So what difference does it make? It tastes good.
All right, well, I'm going to go now, and I'm going to give them a horrible score. I'll be the bad cop. What happened?
I think I found a clam.
So
That,
that's a clam.
that's a clam.
I'll go with that. But the other stuff was not. So I
It's
guess
definitely a clam.
technically it's still a clam chowder.
So it's a clam chowder. So I think that my scoring still,
So they're what they're doing is they're adding other
they're
ingredients.
embellishing the clam
They're
chowder.
embellishing the
And
clam
because
chowder.
there was lobster in my clam chowder,
Well, I think they deserve more points.
I think that they do deserve more points. In which case, I was
There's
what?
no clear rules that says
An
you can't put lobster in a
8.9?
clam chowder. There's nothing that states that in the
That's
rule book.
going to make this like a 9.7 out of 10.
Well, you can't change your score.
Why not? We didn't know it was a
Well,
clam chowder
you were the
before,
one who.
but we didn't have proof, and now
Well,
we have proof.
Listen, they didn't clearly have enough
The
clams in
clam
there.
is at the
They
bottom,
didn't have enough clams.
but they had enough lobster.
All right, so your final score.
We'll go somewhere in the middle then. My final score, I'm going to say I was at an 8.9 and a 9.6. So we'll give it a 9.3.
That's a very high score for something we're clearly confused about. All right, there you go. There's a score.
9.3. Okay.
All right, I'm going to try the whatever this is. My spoon, 2/10 of a dozen. I'm not going to put the oyster crackers in yet. We're going by itself, standard chowder.
Look at that little piece of red.
Yeah, see, that's not clam. I like a creamy chowder. It's nice and creamy. It's good. Got good flavor to it. Oh. It's definitely on the good side. We've had some really good chowders. This is definitely on the good side. Not the best. It's got lobster in it, and I haven't tasted the clam yet. Look, it's all lobster meat. Well, we are in Maine. Maybe that's just the way they do it up
It's
here.
the beef of Maine is lobster.
Maybe that's the way they do it. Maybe clam chowder up in Maine has lobster in it. Well, all right. I'll put some of these in. It's a good chowder. But I can't go that 9.3 is just ridiculously high. It's not the greatest. I'm gonna go higher than I normally do. I usually go in the 6s and 7s. My 7s is a good chowder. And I'm still conflicted of what this really is, but I'm gonna go 8.1. 8.1. I think that's way too high, but 8.1. Just because we're in our favorite place. All right, that's a review.